Good afternoon, gang. Happy lunch hour. So, hope y'all aren't in Virginia and stuck on I-95. I guess we've had people stuck out there for the better part of a day. God. Guess there was a tractor-trailer accident that blocked traffic, and stories on people sitting out there for 19 hours, running out of gas in the snow. The police can't get to them. 4 inches of ice on the ground, whatever would be. So, you know, just another reason to keep a bag in your car and prep. I mean, it was funny. There was a comment that, a truck driver who was being interviewed said, drivers should come ask for help from truck drivers because they usually carry emergency supplies. The drivers should be carrying emergency supplies too, especially in winter. Blankets, something, because, I don't know about you, but sitting in my car for 18 hours while it's idling, I'm going to probably run out of gas too. But hopefully nobody's sitting on their cell phone in their car watching this. If you are, my condolences. Hopefully you get out of this. But what I want to talk about here at lunch is an interesting report that came out today. And I think personally that this is being snowed a little bit over. I guess 4.5 million people quit their job in November. Okay. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but remember, when you quit your job, you don't collect unemployment. Okay. Now, the media is saying that, people are quitting their job because, they know that there's better jobs with better conditions, better pay to be had out there. And that may be true. Okay. I mean, I know I see the help wanted signs as I drive by. McDonald's is paying $10 an hour, but Chick-fil-A is paying $14 an hour. Well, hell, you work at fast food. Okay, I might as well go over there instead of here and make 40% more. That I get. What I have a tendency to think, though, is a lot of people have decided, the hell with it. I just spent the last 2 years without a job, whatever would be, and realized it ain't as bad as it could have been. I think what happened was a lot of people got more self-sufficient and decided, decided to stop being slaves to the system. Okay? You think about it. You're working for a company. You're a slave to the company. The company tells you you're going to be here at 8 o'clock. You're going to take lunch at this point. You're going to go home at 5. Oh, by the way, we need everybody to work on Saturday, and you don't have any choice in the matter, and you're basically a slave to the company. All right. Then you think of all the moving that has been going on. And I have a tendency to doubt that in a lockdown, poor economic situation that we've had for the last 2 years, that people said, gee, you know what, honey, it's time to trade up and go get a bigger house and a more expensive house. I have a feeling a lot of people moved to less expensive areas. Well, I know they've moved to less expensive areas. That's proven in all the statistics where everybody's moved from. But I have a feeling they also moved into less expensive houses, okay? Or got more land or whatever it would be. And all of a sudden, people realized, I don't need this anymore. They're no longer a slave to the mortgage company. You sold your house in California, Chicago, New Jersey, New York. Those are the top states that people are making an exodus from. Gee, and I bought a house in Texas, Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina, which is all a lot cheaper. And they go, look, we've got extra money in the bank. I can retire or whatever. Then you also look at the people who are my age, maybe a little bit older, a couple of years from retirement, and said, you know what, screw it, I'm done. I'm not going to go try to put up with all this crap, getting our buddy here or whatever. I'll just retire early instead, and that'll be it. People learned how to be self-sufficient. People learned how to garden. People learned how to fix things for themselves. We've stopped becoming a slave to the mortgage company, the finance company who has your car, whatever. And people realized, hey, I can live life on my terms. I'm not tied down. I'm not forced to live the way I was. And I can still have, a decent life. Granted, that with what's going on right now, okay, who knows what the rest of the year brings and, if all hell breaks loose, but at least right now. That in itself is something that is panicking the powers that be. They need us, not want us, they need us to be a slave to the system. That's the only way this debt-driven economy runs. They need people to have monster mortgages. They need people to have big car payments. They need people to be indebted to credit card companies. And when the people say, I ain't going to do it anymore, they can live life on their own terms. I told you all, what was it, over the summer, Mrs. P and I paid off the mortgage. I can't tell you the freedom that it gives you. All of a sudden you're like, holy crap, it's my house. I'm not a slave to the mortgage company. I'm like, not like, oh crap, the first of the month is coming here and I got to pay the mortgage. We got rid of cable TV. I told you guys that story, that DirecTV was basically begging us to stay. Oh, what if we gave you this free? And what if we gave you that free? And I'm like, no, there's crap on TV, period. Why should I pay for it when I don't watch it anyway? So I was no longer a slave to them. And all of a sudden it was, okay, I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a car payment. I don't have a TV payment. And, boom, 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 boom. And you look and you go, I don't answer to anybody anymore. The only person I'm answering to is me, or Mrs. P. Okay. And so the government hates me. I look at the credit cards. Like most of you guys, I have cashback credit cards. Okay. And I use my credit cards. And I pay off the bill in full every month. We don't spend more than we make. The advantage to doing that is all that cash back I get is mine. So the credit card company is a slave to me, not the other way around. They get nothing in the way of interest payments from me. I refuse to get a credit card that has an annual fee, so I don't pay them anything. And they cut me a cashback check every month for the percentage, depending 1% to 3%, depending on which card it is and where I shop. And so they are actually a slave to me. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more people that are going to realize that in the last 2 years, they made it through. And that's a good thing for people, in my opinion, that we are not in debt up to here as a public, okay? The government could certainly learn from something because the people are all realizing, hey, I don't have to keep borrowing money to maintain my lifestyle. I did perfectly fine, and I'm getting myself out of debt. We keep seeing stories like that, too, that the U.S. debt is going down. I haven't seen the numbers for the last month reported yet, but I know over the fall, numbers were going down. People were paying off their debts, didn't get any more, and weren't running up anymore. Those are good things. And this is panicking the World Economic Forum, the elites, because they need us to be slaves. And somebody on the channel here in the comments the other day, when I did the video on water storage, said, oh, you've got some rebel in you, don't you? Yeah, just a bit. But yeah, we need more people to rebel against what the government wants. It ain't my responsibility to do your job, guys. You want the economy to do well? You figure out how to do it. Don't plan on me doing the stupid crap you are of going into debt to sustain your piss-poor policies. Try to get yourself self-sufficient, guys. Live life on your own terms. See you tonight. Pinball up.